And welcome to the 439th Airlift Wing Awards Gala. I am Senior Master Sergeant Rachel Garcia-Gazan, First Sergeant of the 439th Maintenance Squadron. On behalf of Colonel Janik, Commander of the 439th Airlift Wing, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 7th Annual Awards Gala. We thank you all for joining us as we come together as a team to honor all of our nominees' hard work and dedication. Your time and attendance is meaningful to our Westover family. We welcome you all to view and share this event on YouTube when it is posted on a later date.
Good afternoon. I'm Master Sergeant Ian Larson, First Sergeant of 439th Air Evac Squadron. Today's event honors the Wing's Best of the Best for 2021 in the following categories: Company Grade Officer of the Year,
First Sergeant of the Year,
Senior Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year,
Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year,
Airman of the Year,
Civilian Supervisor of the Year,
and Civilian Employee of the Year. Being selected as an annual award winner is without a doubt an outstanding accomplishment. However, let us not forget that each and every nominee has demonstrated leadership, duty performance, self-improvement, and involvement in the military and local communities, and is a winner. Therefore, each nominee, whether selected as the wing winner or not, is especially deserving of this recognition.
It is my pleasure to introduce our nominees for Company Grade Officer of the Year. From the 439th Security Forces Squadron, Captain Kyle Draper. From the 337th Airlift Squadron, Captain Jonathan Jordan. From the 439th Airlift Wing, Captain Matthew Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Company Grade Officer of the Year nominees. Nominees, please be seated.
It is my pleasure to introduce our nominees for First Sergeant of the Year. From the 439th Aeromedical Staging Squadron, Master Sergeant Christopher Angeloni. And from the 439th Force Support Squadron, Master Sergeant Kara Vautour. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the First Sergeant of the Year nominees. Nominees, please be seated.
Nominees for Senior Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year. From the 439th Maintenance Squadron, Master Sergeant Keegan Sears. From the 439th Aeromedical Staging Squadron, Master Sergeant Samantha Armstrong. From the 439th Civil Engineering Squadron, Master Sergeant Christian De La Cruz. From the 439th Operations Support Squadron, Master Sergeant David Gardner. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Senior Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year nominees. Nominees, please be seated.
Our nominees for Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year are from the 439th Communications Squadron, Technical Sergeant David Barrett. From the 439th Airlift Wing, Technical Sergeant Daniel Landis. From the 439th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Technical Sergeant Joshua Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year nominees. Nominees, please be seated.
Our nominees for Airman of the Year from the 58th Air Report Squadron, Staff Sergeant Thomas Vaccaro. From the 439th Operations Support Squadron, Senior Airman Venetius Sine. From the 439th Maintenance Squadron, Staff Sergeant Emanuel Torres Garcia. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Airman of the Year nominees. Nominees, please be seated.
Our nominees for Civilian Supervisor of the Year. From the 439th Civil Engineering Squadron, Mr. David Kocot. From the 439th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Mr. Donovan Neifert. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Civilian Supervisor of the Year nominees. Nominees, please be seated.
Finally, our nominee for Civilian Employee of the Year. From the 439th Operations Support Squadron, Mr. Dorian Ayala. From the 439th Security Forces Squadron, Mr. James Hansen. From the 439th Aerospace Medical Squadron, Miss Emily Ladlee, who is unable to attend today. From the 439th Maintenance Squadron, Mr. Michael Lombard, who is also unable to attend today. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Civilian Employee of the Year nominees. Nominees, please be seated.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in giving our nominees one more round of applause.
We hope you have the opportunity to watch the video from Major General John P. Healy, Commander, 22nd Air Force.
Good evening, Westover Warriors. I wish I could be there in person in that beautiful 5-degree weather to congratulate all of our honorees this evening. First, I'd like to thank the supervisors, though, the mentors, and the command team who took the time out of their schedules to recognize some of our best performers. I'd like to start by recognizing Senior Master Sergeant Joseph Coffey, the 439th Aerospace Medical Squadron's First Sergeant. For those of you who don't know, he's currently serving as the first ever Reserve First Sergeant down at the McMurdo Research Station in Antarctica. He's down there making history and has apparently sent some of that beautiful summer Antarctic weather back home to Westover. Just another February UTA in beautiful Chicopee. Congratulations to all our honorees. My Westover family will always hold a special place in my heart. If I had to choose a place that I would consider my reserve home, it would be without question Westover. Having served there for more than a decade, I know personally that you're among the best airmen in the total force. And so the honored today are truly the best of the best. As you all know, 2021 was a challenging year for managing a difficult fiscal environment to the Afghanistan withdrawal, all while operating during a pandemic. Yet in the face of these challenges, all of you have demonstrated both resourcefulness and resilience. At the same time, Westover has continued to prepare for the future. In the last year, you've expanded the training facility in your EOD team, cut the ribbon on your Fury Road project, opened an indoor firing range, and broken ground on a new hangar that will allow our maintainers to safely carry out the work regardless of whatever New England weather is thrown at them. All of these changes are great improvements, but obviously do not occur or happen on their own. They're the result of a great team effort in which so many of you gathered here tonight had such a big hand in. Despite the challenges of 2021, it was a remarkable year for the 439th. And with your recently released 2022 strategic plan, I'm certain that you're poised for even greater success this year. Your priorities are perfectly aligned to the commands. Given the security environment, we need to be ready to support full spectrum operations in any environment. Access is no longer guaranteed, as our adversaries have spent decades developing systems and strategies to counter all of our advantages. Increasing empowerment and proficiency of all of our airmen will be essential. We have a deep reservoir of talent, especially from our traditional force, who bring the best practices of their civilian jobs. Ensuring that everyone can serve at their fullest potential ensures we can create an environment where innovation truly thrives. Finally, in a fiscal environment where we face significant constraints, accelerating change to maximize resources is imperative. We have to continue to invest smartly in readiness and capabilities for a maximum impact. We see that at Westover, where our EOD teams partner with local agencies such as the Boston Police Department to provide realistic, cost-effective training. The Air Force Reserves have provided me many opportunities to serve in multiple locations, but as I said earlier, Westover is home, and the team there is second to none. Congratulations again to each and every nominee. I'm humbled and grateful to be a part of this ceremony and look forward to the next time I get the chance to visit, and will always be proud to be a Westover warrior. Thank you. Now, hey, if I'm still being recorded here too, I looked at the faces and spaces. Senior Master Sergeant Kim Cobb. Congratulations, oh my God. Lieutenant Colonel Bruce Lawler was a captain. He was this tall back when I was there, I think. Pod was a lieutenant. I think he might have been a captain by the time I left, but Pod is a squadron commander. Tim Robinson had just got to the 337th when I was leaving. Chief Hellier. Oh my God. And Colonel Travis Board. I'm getting too old for all this. Good luck.
General Healy, thank you for taking time to share your knowledge, experiences, and compassion.
We'd like to welcome our distinguished guests. Our host, Colonel Joseph Janik, Commander, 439th Airlift Wing. Chief Master Sergeant Hope Skibitsky, sorry ma'am, Command Chief, Air Force Installation and Mission Support Center, Air Force Material Command, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Colonel Travis Board, Vice Commander, 439th Airlift Wing. Chief Master Sergeant Rosalind Ratliff, Command Chief, 439th Airlift Wing. Colonel Daniel Counts, Commander, 439th Maintenance Group. Colonel Neil Heed, Commander, 439th Operations Group. Colonel Brandon Stepp, Commander, 439th Mission Support Group. And welcome all commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, supervisors for joining us today. We cannot forget about the sacrifices made by a very special group of individuals who are a part of the support structure that it takes for anyone to succeed at this level. We would like to recognize the spouses, significant others, and family members. We wish you could have joined us today in person, but you are here with us in spirit. Please give them a round of applause.
Before we move on, we would like to recognize all the members that are still serving around the globe in defense of this great nation. Your dedication and resiliency epitomize the best of what the Air Force has to offer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Westover Honor Guard and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem by Master Sergeant Sharon Meckel and the invocation by Chaplain Adam Herndon.
Come on. Closer. Hook.
Dear Lord, today we ask your blessing upon the men and women who we honor with these awards. Through their achievements, they have brought credit upon themselves, this wing, and the Air Force. Continue to guide them in their service to our nation and direct them in their work. We take pride in recognizing these individuals who daily go above and beyond what is expected of them. But we are also thankful for the countless others who excel in their work day by day and who will not be recognized today. May the accomplishments of those who are recognized today and those who are nominated spur us on to meet new challenges and meet new opportunities in the days ahead of us. May all these efforts lead to a more secure and prosperous world. We pray that you would bless us now in this time of celebration and bless our brothers and sisters who are serving around the world. Amen.
Thank you, Master Sergeant Michael and Chaplain Herman.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Please welcome our guest speaker for joining us for this evening, Chief Master Sergeant Hope Skibitsky. Chief Skibitsky's experience covers a vast range spanning from medical technician to base honor, education and training, and now serving as the Command Chief of the Air Force Installation and Mission Support Center, Air Force Material Command, Joint Base, San Antonio, Texas. Chief, the floor is yours.
I'm pretty loud, but if you can't hear me, let me know. I don't intend to stand at the lectern. Okay, so I want us to get excited. I want us to get excited because it's exciting to recognize hard work. It's exciting to recognize when people are the master of their craft. If any of you, I don't know how old you are, I will disclose how old I am just by telling you, I loved to watch Bob Ross. And it was easy to watch Bob Ross because he made it look effortless. When he was doing the thing he was doing, it made him feel comfortable, it made you feel excited to see where the happy little tree was going to land. And so I love to watch people who are just good at what they do, right? How many times have you ever had somebody under your charge and man, are you shaking the trees trying to figure out how do I get this person excited about what they do? How? You can't. With an asterisk. What do I mean? So people talk all the time about, man, we've got to motivate people. We've got to motivate people. You've got to motivate people. Good luck. Because I have found, at least in my short experience, that motivating people doesn't really work. They have to own the motivation, but we can help them find that. What do I mean? So I would love for one day you to meet my son, Barrett. He is one of my favorite people on the planet. But he was a very tough person to raise. And so Garrett was, not always the world's most stellar student. And so I would try really hard to help him be better at the thing I needed him to do so that he could grow up to be a good adult. And so I would say, you really like that iPhone you have. If you don't do good, I'm going to take that iPhone away from you. So I had this thing called the punishment phone. It was an old text messaging thing. He hated it. Man, he would hide it in the bottom of his pocket. He'd never bring it out if his friends were calling or texting him. But he had to have a phone if we had a security alarm on our house, that thing. Anyways, and so, man, I thought, ooh, negative motivation. Negative, right? I'm just going to tell him you can't have a thing. I'm going to take everything away from you. Guess what it did? Nothing. His grades still were awful. He still wouldn't get the thing across the goal line. And I was still frustrated all get out. And I tried that negative motivation. I thought, okay, didn't work. Because what I found was, if you try to negatively motivate somebody and the thing that you're trying to do isn't a thing that negatively motivates them, guess what it'll do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're right back where you started. So instead I thought, ooh, this newfangled thing called positive motivation, right? Let me try some positive motivation. I told him, I said, look, kid, freshman year grades were so bad. Sophomore year, you keep your grades above a B. We will go to any brand new car lot of my choice. I'm not dumb. And you can pick any car on it. And I thought I was going to get like the heck yeah. You know what I got? 5. I said, because it's a car. And he goes, you drive me everywhere. And I was like, when I was your age, that didn't do anything either. So I started to realize positive motivation is not a thing. It doesn't work. If the thing you're offering, it doesn't excite somebody, guess what it'll do? Absolutely nothing. So what I found was that the only true motivation, and you know this, you live this, you are this, intrinsic motivation. What does that mean, Skibitsky? It means it's the inherent thing that just drives you to want to do a thing, either because you're looking for autonomy, or you're looking for freedom, you want to be the master of your craft. Whatever it is, intrinsic motivation is the only true motivation. So ladies and gentlemen, we have got to work hard to figure out how we line someone else's goals up with the thing we need done, and they will drive themselves. And why do you care? Well, because as we recognize people who are the master of their craft, as we watch every single one of you do what you do every day, and man, have I learned today the doubles and triple hats that many, many of you wear. Thank you for what you do. But as I watch you be the master of your craft, it is important that we realize, so I spent many years as a military training instructor, and so the core values were really, really embedded in me, and I had to work really hard to help our young airmen, because you know Air Force Basic Military Training is the only place that assesses and then delivers enlisted airmen across our force, right? So I had to learn, how do I make sure that we are living the core values? And so, not to give you the lesson I'm confident you all got years ago, but embedded in integrity is accountability. But accountability isn't, I'm going to hold you to the stone, I'm going to crack a whip. It's the thing you already have. Your accountability to the mission. You come to work, nobody made you. You do the thing you do, nobody told you, oh, I'll give you a cookie at the end of that. You did it because you like the way it feels to be good at a thing. And sometimes there's a little healthy competition in it, right? And embedded within service before self is duty. And so duty is the thing that says, I want to get this thing done. I have pride in my nation. I want to make sure that when the red balloon goes up, I am ready to answer that call. It's just duty. And the excellence in all we do is mission. Because we all know that the National Defense Strategy, the National Security Strategy, all of the things that the Chief of Staff is trying to help us get after in regard to readiness says, what are you doing every single day to make sure that when the call goes out, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to deliver? And I have found that as reservists, in all form and fashion, you're first to the line. You're out there in theater. You're leading the way for all of our airmen, capital A. And I'm excited to see how many of you are just doing. Nobody's knocking on your door saying, hey, it's a weekend, you gotta come. You're doing it. You're doing it in the form of art, you're doing it in the form of AGR. Man, have I learned a lot about that even in this short time today. And so intrinsically, you are driven. And so even if you are not the one that takes home the hardware today, the fact that everybody knows that a spear is just a pretty little arrowhead until it's put onto a handle that creates a tool. And so all of us behind you, allowing you to have the thrust, the force, the power to accomplish the mission. The tip of the spear will be our winners, but the handle that puts the power behind it are the rest of the nominees. So I would like to say, because the world of brevity is right where I'm at, congratulations. Congratulations on being intrinsically motivated. Congratulations on having all of our core values, on being interested in serving. But ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on the day that we actually have to get into defense, because we work hard to deter. That is what we do every day. But the day we have to get into defense, you're ready. And I know you're ready because of what you're doing every single day to keep the plate hot, right? And so, it's been my honor to watch what you do around this installation. It's been my honor to learn who you are, and it's been my absolute privilege to see you recognize all of your nominees, and today, for us to celebrate your winners. And so, without further ado, I'm excited for us to see exactly who those winners are. So, thanks for having me, and congratulations.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come here in person and impart your knowledge from a diverse and enlisted perspective. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now move on to our much anticipated annual awards presentation. Once the winner is announced, we ask that the winner and their leadership come forward.
Colonel Janik and Chief Ratliff, please come forward for the announcement of our annual award winners.
Here we go.
And we promise you we have no idea who the winner is until we open it. Everyone always asks that. The 439th Airlift Wing Company Grade Officer of the Year is Captain Draper, 439th.
The 439th Airlift Wing First Sergeant of the Year is Master Sergeant Kara Vautour, 439th First Sergeant.
The 439th Airlift Wing Senior Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year is Master Sergeant David Gardner, 439th Operations.
The 439th Airlift Wing's Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year is Technical Sergeant David Barrett, 439th Communications Squadron.
439th Airlift Wing Airman of the Year is Senior Airman Thomas Vaccaro, 58th Airlift Wing.
The 439th Airlift Wing Civilian Supervisor of the Year is Mr. David Kocot, 439th Civil Engineer.
The 439th Airlift Wing Civilian Employee of the Year is Miss Emily Ladlee, 439th Aerospace Medical Squadron. On behalf of this body, we are asked for a award to accept the award from all the senior
Let's have one more round of applause for the 439th Airlift Wing 2021 award winners.
It has been a pleasure serving as one of your Masters of Ceremonies for this year's awards gala. We would like to thank all of those who spent countless hours putting the packages together to recognize their nominee. Without your efforts, these exceptional people wouldn't be sitting before us tonight. An event such as this cannot have been possible without tremendous effort from many people. We wish to thank the Public Affairs team, the Honor Guard, and the hardworking staff here at Westover's Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, the recognition portion of our event must now draw to a close. To help us do that, please welcome the commander of the 439th Airlift Wing, Colonel Joseph Janik.
I appreciate the efforts today. Great job, everyone coming out and supporting. We're definitely moving forward in the right direction, right? We're a little bit better off than we were last year. Last year was really pared down. We're virtual. We're able to have a smaller gathering, and I'm anticipating next year we're going to be back to the BC before COVID operations, that's for sure. Many of us throughout the way have heard various stories, travel stories over the last few days, folks struggling to get to Westover based on the weather, the airlines, and et cetera. And talking to our honored guest today, Chief Skibitsky, she had troubles, as many of us have over the last couple days trying to get here. So, man, if you wouldn't mind if you come up here. So the chief arrived about the middle of the night, about 3 or 4 flight cancellations, made it up here, getting ready to head back to San Antonio tomorrow, and then she's going overseas on Monday. So great job, I appreciate you coming out here, and this is a small token of my appreciation.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I'll be short. I know I'm standing between you and your beverage of choice. I just want to say thank you for everyone coming out today. Thank you for everyone putting on this ceremony. These things just don't happen by themselves. So great job by everyone that the shirt had mentioned. Congratulations to our award winners, also to the nominees. Great work representing the high quality professionalism and dedication of the 439. On Monday, myself and the command chief and the group commanders were going out to March Air Reserve Base for 4th Air Force's what they call Rain Cross, and it's a senior leader conference, but then there's also an evening dinner where there'll be awards presented, and I'm anticipating that the 439 coming home with some hardware, that's for sure. But once again, thank you for a great evening today. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Janik. Ladies and gentlemen, you have made this special event with your attendance and support, and we really appreciate it. Thank you for the 439th Airlift Wing family. Stay safe, continue practicing social distancing, and help us all fight this war against this pandemic. Please rise for the playing of the Air Force song.